More than 2,000 years ago, Jesus told a powerful parable to teach people about God's amazing love, mercy, and forgiveness. It became known as the Prodigal Son. There was once a wealthy man who had two sons. One day, the younger son made a shocking request. He said, "Father, give me the share of the property that belongs to me." Although the request deeply saddened his father, he lovingly divided his possessions between his two sons. Soon afterward, the younger son gathered everything he owned and left home for a distant country. Excited by the freedom to live however he pleased, he spent his inheritance on reckless living. He surrounded himself with people who enjoyed his wealth, and for a while, life seemed full of pleasure and excitement. But as the days passed, his money quickly disappeared. The friends who had once stayed by his side vanished, leaving him completely alone. Before long, every coin was gone, and he had nothing left. Not long after, a severe famine swept across the land. Food became scarce, and the young man was desperate just to survive. With no money and nowhere to turn, he accepted the only job he could find, feeding pigs. Day after day, he worked in the muddy fields, watching the animals eat while his own stomach ached with hunger. He became so poor that he longed to fill his stomach with the pods the pigs were eating, but no one offered him anything. In the midst of his suffering, he finally came to his senses. He remembered the kindness of his father and how even the servants in his father's house had more than enough bread to eat. Filled with regret, he said to himself, "I will return to my father and say, 'Father, I have sinned against heaven and against you. I am no longer worthy to be called your son. Make me like one of your hired servants.'" With a humble heart, he got up and began the long journey home. As the young man walked home, he wondered if his father would ever forgive him. Every step reminded him of the mistakes he had made and the pain he had caused. He rehearsed his apology over and over, hoping that his father might at least accept him as a servant. But while he was still a long way off, his father saw him in the distance. The father had never stopped hoping that one day his son would return. Filled with compassion, he ran toward him, threw his arms around him, and kissed him. The son began to say, "Father, I have sinned against heaven and against you. I am no longer worthy to be called your son." Before he could finish speaking, the father called to his servants, "Quick! Bring the best robe and put it on him. Put a ring on his finger and sandals on his feet. Bring the fattened calf and prepare a feast. For this son of mine was dead and is alive again, he was lost and now he is found."